Good evening. My name is Luke, and tonight we will be discussing why the World Health Organization, this House, believes a company should not be allowed to patent life, specifically genetic code required for research into, diagnosis of, and potential cures for diseases. Jonathan King, a professor of molecular biology, writes that Thomas Jefferson supervised the drafting of the first U.S. patent laws when he was Secretary of State. Jefferson wrote that whenever the monopoly granted by a patent was contrary to public interest, the public interest should take precedence. Current patent laws regarding genetic code do not give the public interest precedent and instead only benefit the companies that gain the patents. Such patent laws limit the exchange of scientific ideas. King continues that in spite of widespread opposition to such life patents in many other countries, the U.S. government, due to pressures from corporations, is seeking to force all countries to accept U.S.-style patent laws. For example, the government threatened to end science and technology agreements with India unless Indian patent laws were extended. The current patent laws also lead to higher costs and a limit of proliferation. Michael Spector, a staff writer for The New Yorker, states that 2 genes which can lead to increased chance for breast cancer are patented by Myriad Genetics. Women who want to know whether they possess harmful mutations of these genes have only one option, which is to take a $3,000 blood test only offered by Myriad Genetics. For a second opinion, these women can only take the test again. This is because Myriad has prevented laboratories from performing the test or developing alternative versions. Breast cancer kills more women in the Western world than any other kind of cancer. Even the best tests are sometimes wrong. Second opinions save lives. Returning to King, life patents may also interfere with the delivery of health care. Patent monopolies lead to higher costs for drugs and treatments, which price them out of many patients' reach, and they retard the development of products that are more efficient and cost less. Every government has an obligation to its people. A government built on the basis of popular opinion and which the majority of the population pays taxes to run has an obligation to benefit the largest group of that constituency. Allowing companies like Myriad Genetics to patent genes which can be used to research diseases should not be allowed because it harms the accessibility of research and diagnostics, according to Andrew Clements Pratt, the managing editor of Science Project. There are also significant problems with patents. Companies claim ownership using patents without regard to moral issues. They patent genetic code only in pursuit of profit, which severely limits the proliferation of genetic code and slows the process of discovering treatments and cures. Myriad did this by not allowing the University of Pennsylvania to test for the breast cancer risk genes, a test which was significantly cheaper than the company's $3,000 procedure, writes Michelle Spector of Science Progress. Finally, returning to King once more, patents are currently used to create monopolies and not as rewards for creation. Life patents do not protect inventors' rights to their creations. Instead, they award monopolies on organisms or their components. This distortion of the patent system hamstrings scientific and medical research by restricting access to information and materials and by preventing competition. Returning to Thomas Jefferson, all of the ways that patents on genetic code are currently used do not give precedence to the public interest, and that is why they should not be allowed.